of Mount Zion United Methodist Church for quite a number of years, and we've lived in this community for about 45 years. In 1998, I was diagnosed with gynecological cancer and was immediately, I immediately had surgery, extensive surgery, and didn't have to have any further treatments after that initial surgery. Within about a year and a half, I was diagnosed a second time with the same cancer. It was much more extensive and had to have surgery again. In addition to surgery, I also underwent 32 rounds of radiation, and I had chemotherapy for 8 weeks. And then about 7 months after that, I began experiencing extreme difficulty with food intake and found that I was unable to actually eat, or anything that I did eat, I lost. And so when I went to the physician for that and had the MRIs, it was discovered that the radiation had actually cemented my bowel. And so that portion, I had to go back in to have a portion of my bowel resection. So that was the third surgery. It's already such a difficulty just dealing with the fact that you have a disease that can be terminal, and trying to be present for your family while you maybe don't feel like being present for much of anything at that point. And so the stress that was involved with being ill and trying to take care of our family. In addition, my mom also had a serious stroke during that time, so there was just so much emotion going on at that time. And the bills started rolling in, and I had a bag that at one point had been my chemotherapy bag, and I was through with that, so I started putting all of those bills in that bag, and I swear it weighed 15 pounds by the time that everything was in there. But the concern was, even though I had good insurance, I wasn't meeting a max out of pocket at that point. I don't know how I didn't meet a max out of pocket, but we had tremendous medical bills. Everybody always says, well, you pay what you can, and they won't, that will be good. You know, you just, as long as you're paying, you're going to be okay. Well, in fact, that was not the case. At one point, I said to somebody that called me, I'm sorry, I'm having a very difficult time emotionally and physically, and maybe I should not have put it the way I did, but I said, you don't know how hard it is to try to deal with cancer and also try to deal with the amount of money that I owe the system. And the person said, how do you know that I don't know? And just got very sharp with me. And of course, I'm a basket case, so I started crying. It didn't make me have more money. We eventually paid it all off, and it was astronomical. Like I said, it was probably in the hundreds of thousands, because it was a lot of hospital time and a lot of treatment and a lot of going back for things that I needed to just go to the ER for or whatever. But we did manage to do it and it took us a long time. And it has taken us a long time to recoup and to get back to where we think we should be. We should be better than we are. But it was just hard. The first part would have just been the emotional relief that we would have felt, because we had so much going on at that time, and that was just one more thing that we just didn't need to deal with. Just the fear of, well, it came back one time, it could come back again. But financially, it put us in a very difficult situation. Had we had something like RIP, and we had qualified for it, I think sending our daughter off to out-of-state college, making sure that our son got to do whatever it was that a 10-year-old needed to be doing at that time, being able to take care of my mother at the same time as trying to take care of me, I think those things would have been so much more manageable. I think this is just a fabulous thing, and I hope that we're able to help people within our county and the other counties as well.